on to the next step, which is to display the equation of that trend line. So you're going to double click on your trend line and this menu will appear and you go all the way down and you select this checkbox which says display equation on chart. And there you go, that's the equation for that trend line. And if you ever need the correlation as well, you can select this checkbox which says display r squared value on chart. And so now you have the equation and the correlation for that trend line. And if you ever need to change the color of your trend line, you can always double click on it and go to the format tab. And in the shape styles group, you can change the color of your trend line. In this case, I'm just going to use green. Now let's move on to the minimum and maximum gradient for for this set of values. So remember that for the minimum gradient, you want the most vertical line. So it follows that you want the lowest point on this interval and the highest on this interval. So we're going to calculate, we're going to take the average and we're going to subtract the uncertainty so it's at its lowest point. And we're going to do the, the other way around in the highest value here. So we're going to add the uncertainty. And for the maximum gradient, we want the most horizontal line possible. So the highest point in this interval and the lowest in this interval. So we're going to take the average and just repeat the process. So in this case, we're going to be subtracting this. Now that we have those values, you're going to right click on your chart and you're going to go to the select data option and you're going to add a series. And in this case, I'm just going to call it minimum grad. And your x values are actually going to be your independent intervals or your values. And your y values are going to be the ones that we just calculated. So you're going to press OK and you'll notice that this orange points have been plotted into the chart. And we're going to add another series, and this time we're going to call it max grade. And as before, your independent values will be your x values, and the y values will be the ones that we just calculated. So there you go. And you press OK, and you'll see that the gray points have been plotted as well. So we're going to hit OK, and now we want the trend line, right? So you're going to go to the design tab and add a trend line. And this time it's going to ask you for which of this series you want a trend line for. I'm gonna do it for both minimum and maximum gradients. So here we go. And you'll see that you have both maximum and minimum gradients right there. And I'm just gonna change the color so that you can see, more clearly the that they're actually there. So there you go. And if you also need the equation for those trend lines, you can always double click and display both of them. So this is the equation for our maximum gradient, and this is the equation for our minimum gradient. So there you go. And if you ever need to paste your chart on a Word document, it's really simple. You just select your chart and hit Control C and go to your Word document and paste it. And there you have it. That's your chart on a Word document, and now you can do your homework. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.